I was in Oluwo.
The President Oluwo now.
The President Oluwo, I used my money to furnish it. 5 million naira furniture is there.
For the sitting room.
Yeah, for the sitting room. But including the bed, I pay 170,000 for the bed.
For the Kabiesi's bed.
Bed. But it's not the first Oluwo I furnished palace. Tadeshi that just passed away took over from. I furnished it. He inherited the furniture left by furniture for Tadeshi, but he wanted a new one. That's why I have to spend 5 million to refurnish where he occupied. But he said I'm his father, and I behaved because I gave him that fathership because the governor asked me to look after him because he was poor.
When he came in?
When he came in, and he has no father truly. So,
but a lot of people are so scared, are so shocked the way he turned against you, just a 360 degree, and he started cursing you, started calling you all sorts of names. I mean, this is a man that some of us have met in this house, came to eat like your house here in Festac here, during the wedding of your 2 daughters at different times. You brought him here, you made him so comfortable, you took him to a hotel. So what happened? At what time did father and son became Christ?
I'm not the only one he has betrayed. The person even made him up. He turned his back against him and wanted to even make sure they remove that person from service. That's his own style. I say Yoruba say that whoever meet the Oba, the king, will be the first person he will try to destroy.
And the Yoruba, no, he said, and it's for Baje Loban Pa or something like that. Eniba for Baje, I'm sorry to have made that one in Yoruba. I want to translate it for you, sir. Eniba for Baje Loban Pa. So, meaning that Chief Ogundokun now, the kingmaker, is now supposed to be the sacrificial lamb. Is that what we are saying?
I'm not the first one.
Okay, sir.
He has fought everybody who has gotten there. I've always said I was the only one there with him. But we have to try to help him to understand. How can he come to abuse Alaafin or Isodi or the Ibadan? We have to try to stand and make him see reasons that this is not done. And which is my own offense. I said this is not done. History does not teach us. He's not the first Oba related with. Oba Abiola, the first educated king in Iwo, who made me the Oluwo of Iwo. I furnished his palace. I supported him financially. He loved me so much, more than anybody I would say. Even his children. And the same thing about Osun State. Osun was my colleague in the local government as councillors. And we get on very well. His wife and family are alive. They know me as a friend of their father. And I don't know where Oluwo got all his false stories. Like he said so many things. He even said I beat my mother. All because he wanted to score point on something that never ever existed. He said I made barrister attendant.
Yes, I was coming to that. He said that you purchased the car, you told him to come and buy a car, and eventually the car turned out to be an armed robber's car, and you roped him into robbery because you saw that he had a bright political future to become the first governor from Iwo Land. And I find that very, 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 I find it very unusual of you because you have always been in the forefront of supporting people to become governor. I mean, you have always campaigned for indigenous Iwo people to even come to political limelight. So, is it true that you are the one that destroyed the political life or the political ambition of lawyer Atonda, Eniola Atonda? I mean,
when I was starting school in 1946, there are 2 important neighbor brothers who are already in school. This lawyer Atonda and brother Salimanu Losho. They were the first set of people I followed to go to school in 1946-47.
Atonda and who? And
brother Salimanu Losho.
Okay, Salimanu Losho, Belu.
He's a very important person. He was a transporter after we left school. But they were my brothers. All the Atonda's brothers. Most of them were my classmates, like Remi Atonda Mufu.
Okay. The name
who now made the president of the Iwo Board of Trustees. Kamilu, senior brother to Mufu, was my best friend. Atonda. Gani, another wife. good friends. When Adeniyi wanted to contest election 76 as a councillor, I spearheaded his campaign, financed and gave him everything he needed, to the extent that he offended one powerful Alhaji Ikeatola.
Alhaji Ikeatola in Iwo Land.
In Iwo Land. Why? Because Alhaji accused him was going to her. I'm the one who settled before he got votes to sail through as a councillor. And I scored, by virtue of my power and popularity, I scored the highest votes. No other councillor come near. I scored 1,400 and something votes. The next person to me scored 169 votes. The third one scored 142 votes. And I supported Atada to get to the council. I don't know what would make me to come back. I was riding a 3-seater Mercedes.
3-seater in those days?
Yes.
Mercedes.
I'm one of the first 6 people to own 3-seaters in Nigeria.
In Nigeria?
Yes.
So why will you buy a Volvo car for Atada to destroy it? And why do you destroy it?
Atada, I don't know about it because there was a division. So in the council, I went to England. I am supposed to be part of sitting down deciding who is going to be who. But I went to England after the election. Before I came back, they have already decided who is going to be who. President Lamy now advised that we should pick somebody from the district, Olupana. So the issue of picking somebody came on the, what is his name, from Olupana. And I brought the idea that he was always been the chairman and everything. Let us give them a chance. So I wondered who would have supported Chief Dairo from Olupana. It was Lamye's idea. So then we had a division there. But luckily, one of us, we were 15, they were 14 out of 29 councillors. That young man is now a traditional ruler in Ayedire. I mean, what do you call it?
Ayedade?
I'm coming, I will remember. It's my cousin too. Oh yeah, Lajide. So he disappeared on the day of election. By the time we were assembled to start again, we just found him, joined the 14th to 15th, then we became 14. And after that, 1 by 1 vote against Dairo, and a faction started operating. Me that I financed majority of them. The 12, 13 followed me up to the 10. Why do they do? They were action group, I'm an NCNC man.
Okay.
So
they were Awolowos, and you are in the Zik.
Yes. Now, when we got to the 14th point, I saw Alajide that I've been looking for 4 days. I came back from London.
Alajide?
Alajide is the Oba of Agberire now.
Okay. Agberi?
Agberire.
Agberire.
Yeah, he's my cousin. That's what I can do. We are still very much.
I think he came here some time ago for the wedding.
Anyway, I do. No, he wasn't at the wedding.
Okay.
He was not there. So it continued. And I don't know anything because we're not in talking time. I can ask, did I tell him to go and buy a car? All what you are doing, envy that Ogundokun was writing such a luxurious car as a councillor. But I'm known as #1 councillor because my word is word 1 is Alioba.
Salioba,
yes.
So where did you get all the money to buy that kind of car? Because at now you have used almost...
I've used 33 Mercedes cars.
In your lifetime? 33 different editions Mercedes cars. So where were you getting the money then?
Me?
Yes. In those days?
You don't know.
I don't.
Apart from my mother being a very rich woman, a produce merchant, who was trading from Lantry. Lantry is the one that makes all this chocolate in England. My mother was their agent. And we have buying stations in Bode, Ajagba, and Iwo Railway Station. Many of the prominent rich produce dealers went through totally under my mother. Now, apart from that, I grew up very successful. I started not just from contract, but I was so good in communication. Like I would say, Western Nigeria Marketing Board, you know Marketing Board was in charge of all the cocoa in Western region.
At the time.
I was image consultant to them, and I was making money. They were paying me pounds for all the service I rendered. My office was on the 16th floor, Cocoa House, Ibadan. The whole floor was shared between me and National Bank of Nigeria.
Is it you, Chief Abiola Ogundokun?
My office, my private office was 16th floor, Cocoa House,
Ibadan.
PMB 3700. Not only big car like that, I have caravans with bed, toilet, bathroom, dining, kitchen, inside the car. So now I ride to my office
in those days.
In those days.
So that means you are a rich man. So what are you doing for in politics?
No, you see, when you start taking money, they drag you into something. And that's when they told Prince Ami, who has already been our councillor, to step down for me. He refused to step down. Then the car drove him away to his real father's area, to Keola, where Katayo was also raised against him, and he lost his election as a councillor.
Who do you call him now? Who do you call him?
Katai.
Okay, Katai, okay.
Lati Katai.
Lati Katai, okay.
Then we were in the council, was pushed out. After that, his popularity
went down.
For a former minister to lose election as a councillor,
that's bad.
A leader.
I mean, minister at federal level.
I was one of the young men that was in the same party with him, but we regarded him as our leader, which truly was our leader. No matter whatever shortcoming or good things he has done. And one thing I do is I use my money to lift people up. Nobody in the world has done what I have done. I promoted the work, sons and children, through education, through financing to business, and so on and so forth. I am the first person to make 2 commissioners from Iwo, and they both became SSG of Osun State. Fatah Akibade and Adio. I nominated, my governor wanted my son or my daughter, but my children said no, they don't want this, what I go through. So that's why and then in the Abacha time, Abacha appointed my friend. I influenced the appointment, they gave me one, and I gave it to Akibade and made him the commissioner. He was my staff. He works in my office at Ibo Shere.
Because
during the army time.
Yeah, during the army time, yeah.
I was having contracts.
During the military time?
Yes. While I was the regional editor of the New Nigerian newspaper in Ibadan.
Regional editor?
Yes, in Ibadan. Not only editorial, I was in charge of the commercial activities of New Nigerian newspapers. Mr. Sharp was my MD, Mr. Ling was my commercial manager. I work with people like Ayo Giwa, Adamu Chiroma.
Yeah, who was late recently.
Yes. Gondu was our commercial advert manager. Alaji Giwa was the commercial manager for the whole company. And I introduced the first publication on banking and insurance for New Nigeria when Sasri Oka came to Nigeria for Standard Bank of Nigeria. And Chibagbaji was their PRO. I made money. I was paid pounds sterling. Like Western Nigeria Marketing Board was paying me pounds sterling for my services. Nobody in Western Nigeria did that. The first color calendar printed in Western Nigeria was my own product for Western Nigeria Marketing Board. The NWNDC, Western Nigeria Development Corporation, became my client. Western Nigeria Water Corporation became my client. University College Teaching Hospital was my client. Baptist Bookstore was my client. The Nigerian Army, I was handling their image, 3rd division. Why can somebody query I made money? They all loved me. I was very brilliant. I was very productive. And in social life, I was there for all the Ikedairo, Abalabio,
Big commander?
They are coming behind.
You are coming behind? Oh, they have
the organ.
Okay. Is it Nightingales and co?
All of them, they were the people we patronized. And as the time goes on, they were feeding up. Obey Asani Adi just came to life there. Abiola was my good friend.
As TYC record?
All of yes. So I made the name. Everywhere I go, I I don't like money. I make them bend down for me to put good money. It became the thing for everybody to copy.
No. Before we come back to your social life, let's go back to you. Really, was it true? So, where did you and Chibakonda now link up? What happened?
After that,
yes.
in their party, he became so strong amongst his disciples.
That's Neji.
No, in UPN later.
Okay.
And as they were going out together, they were building enmity against him. When they were building enmity against him, I supported him. Because they have no reason, because God now ordained him as their leader. Those who believe were his best friends, they started him. And because I was following him to school, I must remember the relationship. When his father would be coming from the slaughter slab, he buys the meat my mother will cook. My mother will feed us because my mother was a big-time, good money woman.
That's the Palestinian lot, and that's father.
Yeah. So it's like we are a family.
Okay. His father was a slaughter.
Their father, their home is at the back of my mother's home.
Okay. In Iwo.
And I didn't live in my father's side because of the influence of my mother. I will eat good anything I wanted.
Yeah. In our ambience.
So me and Atanda we never quarreled. Nobody can tell whether we have any quarrel.
So you didn't sell any Volvo car to him that put him in problem?
No, let me just tell you one thing. I am very surprised at the Volvo cars things. When I heard of it, if he wanted money to buy a car, I can give him more than 12 cars. He was on this 403 Pojo for so long a time. But when they drove away our people from Ghana, he was the lawyer Abiola was using at the ports. So I don't know whether he made money or not. So he didn't need to buy a stolen vehicle. We were not that in contact as to talk about holding. So if they sold car to him, who sold it to him? When he was arrested, for contempt, we were all shocked. How? The people they were using at the ports, according to them, there's court record now, before his conviction, was my name mentioned in anything in this criminal charge. He made statements to the police that the car was given to him by those who lives in Abidjan, unknown that the police have a connection to verify and pick those in Abidjan. His first statement, that's his statement. So the interpreter got those and brought him to Nigeria. And they asked him, you gave a car to Paris? I said, no, I didn't have a car. I said, I said, no, not me. So they made them to confront each other. Unfortunately, he did not sell any car. So this is why they now pick on them. The man who drove the car from wherever they got it, drove into Oyo Township, where they were trying to change the engine number and the color. That's how they now got the vehicle. And the painter in Oyo also confessed that was Pastor Atada's agent that brought to him. But Atada makes statement now to the police. The man who drove the car was a victim of another charge. He was in the cell. He had them discover that the motor that he was ordered to drive to Oyo belonged to a top Nigerian officer. So it was an instruction to the police that they must produce that car. So when they were discussing it, the culprit that drove the car was in their cell. He had them discover and then offered to lead them. And he led them. That's why. Now, I've already sued Oluwo. He will tell the world where I stopped at Adabon, where I sold the car. I have never given any car to Atada. I can give to him if he asks me to, because he was my Egbon, and his immediate junior brother that took their mother's breast for him. Kamilu, we are best of friends till tomorrow.
Till tomorrow?
Yeah, we are.
Till this very moment?
Oh yes, I can call him for you before you leave here.
Kamilu Atonda, Chief Kamilu Atonda.
Kamilu Atonda will never take side with falsehood. People move his junior brother, who is now the president of the board of President. When he was going to the Constitutional Assembly in 1994, I donated 50,000 to his campaign. Our friend was my colleague. I was in the Constitutional Assembly, but I was their leader because I was close to Abacha. I want anyone to come out to mention to the world where had I ever attempted to contest as a governor. Will he contest against his boss, Bola Ige?
I don't think so, really.
Then another
rationally,
thing, after that was prosecuted, was my name mentioned in any place throughout the trial of his case? Was he not jailed by Bola Ige's wife? Though Bola Ige came back to pardon him.
That's Justice Adeniyi.
Yes.
The late Justice Adeniyi.
And Bola Ige became governor immediately after his conviction. And Bola Ige released him on pardon, which is a matter of joy to all of us. I thought he doesn't deserve that. He knows if he has me for a car, we give to him.
So you didn't arrange the selling of a stolen Volvo to him? It was just...
How can I arrange now? They will not come to obtain statement from me. Would that be not mention of my name in any way? Won't the police come to ask me if I ever got any relationship to that issue?
No, and that never happened.
It never happened. It has never happened.
That's critical.
Whoever tells you that is a mad, cocaine controlled mind.
Because it's so funny and we are so embarrassed, especially a lot of Nigerians that hold United States in London, in the US, around the world. The other thing he was even saying that was very funny, he said that you stole Dudu when you were in school, that your lips is so big that somebody hits your lips. I mean, I was saying it all over that it's your Dudu that you stole it from your classmates, and your classmates now use pan to hit your lips. I mean, we were so embarrassed.
He said I was buying Dudu. I went there and I took the Dudu, one now hits my mouth. Is he not mad?
That's crazy.
How old was he when I was in secondary school? How old was he? His father was one of my followers. When his father was in Ibadan, I was financially helping him the way I helped him. Well, I fell out with his father, who led the masses to burn my first house in the estate, which I built in 1977.
What's the name of his father?
Bola Agabi.
Okay.
But what did I do to him after I
burning your house?
Even when they attempted to assassinate me, the father was in charge of the project. They are living witnesses to that up to date. But I did not even see that. But he has said so many things that he was happy his father was not alive, that if his father were to be alive, he would never have been a king. And that he accepted me as a father. I can show you many of his statements, thanking me for being his father. The letter with which he appointed me the OBANLA confirms. I will give you a copy. I'm sure you don't have it in your...
Yes, I have a copy because we got the copy from Oshogbo when we were investigating our first story. That's why you were in the UK then. We got the letter from...
So that letter confirmed that I'm his father. He repeats it.
No, we saw a letter we got from our source in
now,
the
if he has said I'm his father, he thanked me for financing him.
Yeah, he thanked you for a lot of things, not even financing. He thanked you for equipping the palace. He thanked you for giving him, I think you gave him money for the naming of his son, or something like that.
$2,000.
$2,000 for the naming of his son. So I wonder where the chemistry turns up.
No, it's been like that. There is nobody that has helped in the world that has not turned against to destroy. You need to know how he became a king illegally. And you want to know how he came to me. I've never seen him until the date he was being installed, Oluwo. 4 days before that, the government called me. There's no Oluwo that has been made that my consent is not sought by the state government.
A lot of people felt that you were the one that brought it from Canada. It was your son. At the time, some people said it was your relation.
No, it's not.
That, you know, so it's news to us now that you are saying that you are even seeing 24 hours to his...
No, the day of his installation, when he arrived at the venue, I was seated with the then SSG. That's the time he came. And when the crowd was really, really disturbing him, I'm the one who stood to take him out to greet elders of the community. Because my word controls, my appearance controls that respect.
Okay.
So I was the one. And the government asked me to father him. He sought for my fathering, and I did give him my fatherliness. He has no money. I was giving him money. I can give you a catalog of money paid into his accounts.
Along with you, at the time you were paying 500,000 per month. So why were you doing that?
No, I was paying him 500,000 per month. Outside that, I give him some other cash. I'm transferring money
So his accounts
His
for
account.
survival.
I have his account.
You as his son.
And I have the text message he sent to me to appreciate, to thank me for the money.
So we are still
He was
surprised.
very poor. That the cloth he wore, the day of his solution, doesn't belong to him.
That's
One of your colleagues gave him his dress.
a media executive. That's crazy.
No, well, look, it is a past thing.
No. There's another very huge allegation he made against you,
Yes.
and which was not on July 10. He made an allegation that you beat your mom, that because your mom caught you sleeping with your daughter, and your mom was now angry, and that you now beat your mom. Then that is why your best friend, Chief Commander Eminent Obe, sang ọmọ tó bá nà ya ó ti ṣe fọlọ́run ọba ó rí mi má jẹ́ nà ya mi Èdùmàrè má jẹ́ ń tẹ́ ó ti ṣe ìyá jìyà nítorí ọmọ ẹ̀ láyé. So on July 10, I met Chief Commander Eminent Obe in his house in Ikeja.
Okay.
And I threw the question to him that, is it true that your friend, Chief Abiola Ogundokun, beat his mom to warrant you to release the album? And he said, no, that is not true, that you are not just his friend, that you are his big brother, that you and him have come a long way. So, but I'm throwing the question back to you, sir.
Yeah.
What happened between you and your mother? And is it true that relationship between you and Obi was crushed because of you beating your mother and because your mother caught you with your daughter?
Of all the children of my mother, I am the most loved one. Most loved. And that's God. Our prayer brought me to this limelight and plenty of good money to spend. I was very close with my mother, too close, that her life was just prayer on Leadi, Abiola, Adeniyi, Oladepo, Omopennu, Abiona, Ogundokun. The mother that carried my pregnancy for 3 years before she delivered me on a footpath, I will go and beat that woman. The mother who didn't want me to go to school, but wanted me to stay with her in the village where she was doing her protest march. Every Friday, I will walk from Iwo to Bodiosi to our village. By the time I get there, grass cutter, I did not look like grass cutter. The slave will cook beautiful grass cutter with pounded yam. I nearly left school.
To fall in love with our food.
With the food every weekend. And I thank God.
That's incredible.
Beat my mother. You said another one that I cry with my mother.
Because she caught you sleeping with your daughter.
No, he should tell which daughter. I thank God that all my children are educated and
yeah, so some of them are bankers. I saw some of them insurance experts.
I have doctors, lawyers.
I saw a few of them when they come for the wedding. So where does he get all this?
No, he's a blackmailer. He has blackmailed the person who made him king and nearly destroyed that innocent person. What he does is false propaganda to tarnish the image of people. Now you want to ask Oluwo, is he a Muslim or a Christian? Oluwo lived with a pastor who is the owner of Selika Church that moved away from Celestial at Alakia in Ibadan, where he was being treated for some ailment. I don't know what type of ailment.
Psychological?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. It was this same man who, after treating him and making well, that sent him to Germany. He was in asylum and luckily found his way to America. Does he now even talk to that pastor that has a very powerful prayer strength?
That have contributed to his spiritual life?
Yes, for good. He tells anybody now that is now a king, all those pastors who pray without his consent, their prayer will not be. He said that he was against.
Yes. He said Oba ba lórí gbogbo ní gbogbo Nigeria wà láì Oba ba kódà lórí àlùfáà lórí politician.
Oh, dear, mention lórí
àwọn
Oba. If he could say that to the man who killed him, the man who brought him to life, the man who paid for his ticket to Germany, he did not use his father's name, he used the pastor's name as his father. Let him produce the pastor that took him out of Nigeria. And the pastor, why he was arrested in America when he moved out of America to America, why he was arrested and prosecuted, he must tell the world. Because it was only his father, and they discovered that that pastor was not his father.
Oh, they eventually discovered that the pastor was not his biological father.
Yes, and he used the man's name
to travel out of the country to see greener pastures.
The man paid for his ticket. The man sent him to Germany. His own senior brother, who is in London, they both married upon that church. I don't want to waste my time on him.
No, because
Prosperity will just have sold him for 10 billion, another 1 billion. I've sold him. I have evidence, and by the time we finish, we will have a lot to talk about. I will going to give you, he has filed his defense. I will show you a copy of our reply to his defense. Let him answer that. You might pick some points there. He's in my bedroom. These journalists, these computer people, they are here to work on his case.